This is the 2025 Volkswagen Taos, and there are some big, bold changes for 2025. That includes new technology, more safety that is standard, as well as a new look for the vehicle and more performance. We're going to go through this whole vehicle. In the end, we'll give you our pros and cons. We'll talk about the pricing across the full lineup, including this SE Black, which I do love, this new cornflower color. New colors, new wheels, lots of changes for the Taos. And we'll talk about the competitors as well. This is 75 years that Volkswagen has been in America, and there's been a lot of changes for the Volkswagen lineup. This is the baby SUV known as the Taos. Sales have been up on this car, and this vehicle is actually one of the best-selling cars in this category. Now, we've got some updated materials on the inside, but let's start off with the exterior of this vehicle. Updated front-end styling includes a redesigned bumper and a new grille, and available light bar, and that LED projector headlights are really nice because they are signature headlight design, but it also turns when you turn the corner. The headlight will actually turn with it. And that is an improvement not just from a safety standpoint, but overall, I think it makes a big difference. I do love this new moss green color as well. Very cool, very fun. And hey, if you're gonna drive a small SUV, you might as well have a fun color. You'll find some new wheel designs also in the Taos for 2025. These are 19-inch, but there's also an 18-inch wheel available. And on the SE Black, those wheels are black. There are some new colors for 2025, including the moss green, monument gray, of course, white and silver and black, the normal colors that we're used to. And then, of course, the cornflower blue, which we have on our SE Black test vehicle today, which I think looks really good. I love the colors. They're bright, they're bold. But hey, if you're going to drive something small, you might as well have something fun. So there are some exterior changes to this vehicle. On the, you'll notice that both front and rear and along the sides. On the SE Black, you get the black roof. The A-pillars right here are black on that vehicle as well. And that lower black trim is standard across the Taos lineup. Now, the warranty is 4 years, 50,000 miles on the powertrain and on the vehicle, but it does include 2 years of basic maintenance, and that will help lower your overall costs. Coming across the back, you're going to see some changes as well. LED lights all the way across and illuminated Volkswagen logo. I think it's nice. People are starting to do that, and I think it just makes the vehicle look more modern. Taos logo down here, nice and clean. You know what I'm going to say? I like this wiper blade tucked up underneath, but maybe that'll come in the future. When it comes to cargo space, 28 cubic feet of storage with the seats up. Fold them down, you're up to 66 cubic feet of storage. These seats do fold down 60-40, but there is a pass-through for skis, which is a very German thing. Underneath this cover is a mini spare. It's always good to have a spare tire. Never want to get stuck on the side of the road. And if you don't know how to change a flat tire, it's an important thing to learn. One thing to note is that when you see 4Motion on the back of the vehicle, that is Volkswagen's all-wheel drive setup. Otherwise, they're front-wheel drive vehicles. Under the hood is a turbocharged 1.5-liter four-cylinder engine that's been massaged. The results are 16 more horsepower boost. That brings it to 174 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque. Backed by an 8-speed automatic transmission across the full lineup. Fuel economy is combined 31 miles to the gallon for the front-wheel drive and 28 for the all-wheel drive. Front-wheel drive is standard, and you can add that all-wheel drive package for about $1,500, and you can get 4Motion all-wheel drive. Standard is 18-inch tires and rims, or 19-inch on the top trim levels. So we are here in Texas test driving the new Volkswagen Taos. Now, the reason they picked Texas, believe it or not, they sell more Volkswagen Taoses here in Texas. Now, we're in Bourne, Texas. I don't think it's this town specifically, but Austin, Dallas, whatever, people want subcompact SUVs, and this is one of the popular ones. I'm going to guess based on the competition list, which we'll talk about at the end, so make sure to listen for that. Toyota Corolla Cross has got to be number one in this segment. I'd be shocked if it isn't, but there's a lot of great product in this area, and it seems to become an up-and-coming segment. So this vehicle is available in front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive, and there is an additional 16 horsepower, like I said. Are you going to notice a difference? Well, if you had the previous generation, you'll probably notice it's got a little bit more zip. So I don't see as much lag, which is nice because it is turbocharged. It is an improvement from the previous generation, which we have reviewed on our channel. So if you're looking at a certified pre-owned, you're thinking you want to go the previous generation, it'll be very similar to this. But what you're getting in this vehicle is standard 8-inch center screen, whether you're buying the S trim level, the SE, which we're driving now, the black, all the way up to the SEL, you're going to get that standard screen. Higher trim levels will have navigation built in. All of them have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Now the SE that we're driving, I'm using my co-driver Henry Payne from the Detroit News.
Hello.
We're using his phone on Android Auto. I'm a Google Maps person, but I would use it through Apple because otherwise we wouldn't know where the heck we're going. So that's nice. Below that, this screen is pretty normal. What is standard? Standard safety with the IQ safety, 4-star crash test rating. One of the things that this center screen has, whether using Android Auto or Waze, is something you don't get on any other car. Volkswagen has partnered with a company called Automotive Emergency Solutions, and if there's a car stuck on the side of the road, whether it be a Volkswagen or another vehicle, it'll notify you like it typically does where people say, report it on Waze. But in this case, it goes through the system. So Volkswagen has partnered with them. A couple other systems are starting to get on board, and some of them just report, but you can always get it through Waze. So if you use Waze on a regular basis, you'll get a notification as a car stalled on the side of the road or a car needs emergency service, whatever. And there's a button that is through the center screen of the Taos and all new Volkswagens that allow you to access that to say, I got a stalled car or I need help. And that's part of the services that come for 5 years for free with this vehicle, in addition to the warranty and et cetera, and the roadside service. So I thought that was kind of neat, good and important to know. Wireless charging is down below. There is USB charge ports, USB-C charge ports to be specific. All the climate control is easy to use down below. And I have to say thank you for leaving an actual volume knob and an actual tuning knob. But what both Henry and I agreed is there is no mute button on the center screen. That may not mean anything to you. I just turn the volume down. When you turn the volume down, it comes up as muted audio. But there are times you just want to mute it because you want to hear directions, you're talking to someone, you're on a phone call with someone, you just have to turn the volume down. Is it here or there? That's a personal choice. But all the usual apps are here, and all the built-in apps will be included with the Volkswagen center screen. There is no other size, there's just one size for the full lineup. What you're getting further back, start-stop button, standard shift lever, which I appreciate. Auto off is to the right side, which is that start-stop technology, which I hate. First thing I get in is I shut it off. It's just a personal thing. You save about a tablespoon of fuel, but they're doing it because of EPA regulations. Everything is really easy to access. Want to go into higher shift mode, you pull the lever back. You go into a sport mode, which is what I'm driving in now. And speaking of driving, front wheel drive is got the torsion bar in the back. If you go with the 4Motion, the all-wheel drive, you will get the multi-link suspension, which is going to give you better handling, but you're also going to have all-wheel drive. And it is a really good system. It's a very loud turn signal. Isn't that crazy how loud that is? I don't know. Henry, you like it. It's not my thing. It's too loud. Well, it's a matter of opinion. It's also relative. I do like the big grippy steering wheel. It's good size. It's right size for balance. If you've driven a Volkswagen before, all the controls should be pretty easy for you. On the right side, you're going to have your volume. On the left side, you'll have your safety adjustments and your active cruise control. The levers are pretty normal. In the door, you've got just your locks and all of your buttons. Nothing unusual. There's not a lot of bells and whistles, but it doesn't have to. But there are some improvements. They took away the hard plastic on the door panels, even on the base S trim level. They went to softer panels. A lot of leatherette, translated as plastic leather, fossil fuels, whatever you want to call it, but it's not leather. You want real leather, like I said in the seating section, you're gonna have to step up to that top trim level and it gets more expensive. I did ask about the gigantic panoramic roof. On the S trim levels, it's a hard top. You go up to the mid-grade, it's optional, so it's about $2,000. Again, if you want that glass roof, it'll be available on the higher trim levels. I like it. I think it's nice to let the sun in every once in a while, especially on a gloomy day, kind of get some lightness in here. One of the things I noticed was a really nice touch is in the center console, in the glove box, they lined it with light gray. We've all dumped things in there and you can't find it. When it's light gray, you can see it because it reflects the light. So it's a nice little touch. Is it a Biden? Is it the decision maker? No, but I like it because it gives you the ability to find your things. 2 cup holders, good sized. I'm always carrying my Monster Energy, so there's a good spot for that. There is remote start available as well. But again, all the standard features you'd want, because the price point of this vehicle is the selling point. You're getting all that German handling, that German technology. Volkswagen is a well-known brand. Like I said, it's been here for 75 years. They sell a lot of them. Their sales are up. They're making these products. This vehicle, by the way, is built in Pueblo, Mexico, because I know you're going to ask, so I'll answer it for you in advance. But overall, the experience in itself of driving this vehicle, It's nice. It's an improvement from performance. There's never enough performance for me. Standard for the Taos is two-tone seating. Now on the base level, you're gonna have cloth as well as leatherette. Leatherette is not leather. However, if you do want leather, you can go to the top trim level, which is the SEL, and get real leather seating, which would only be in the center cushions. But overall, the seats are nice. They've got good support. I love the big bolsters, which is quite unusual for a vehicle in this price category. Heated front seats are standard, but heated and ventilated seats are available on the higher trim levels. 8-way driver seating is available on the driver's side. Heading into the second row, there is a lot of space for a compact SUV. I am also very pleased with the very large glass roof. If you want to have a panoramic roof, it's there. If you don't want it, you can close it. But the fact is, it's available if you want to bring in the sunlight. There is one USB-C charge port that's behind the center console, ventilation, pretty basic back here. Pull down your armrest. You've got built-in cup holders, which I appreciate, versus plastic ones on the front. There are pockets behind each of the driver and passenger side seating. Overall, for the second row, lots of leg room, and that's really important when you got child safety seats back here. There are latch systems on the outboard seating. Again, good for a family car. But if you're going to drive this every day, you've got 5 people in the car. It's very comfortable. The seating is comfortable. There is power on this side, and that side's manual, isn't it, on the passenger side?
Manual over here.
Manual everything. This seems to be the thing. We just drove the Kia K4 together, and same kind of thing. Power, driver's seat, all the goodies on the driver's side, and nothing on the passenger side. And my standard line is, okay, so I'm driving the car, and we decide to switch. I am now uncomfortable, and only the driver is comfortable. It doesn't make sense to me. I know it's like $35 for them to put lumbar in, but you start putting in all the rest of these items, it just, little bits, somebody will pay more for that. And even on the top trim level, the SEL, it does not offer power seating on the passenger side, nor did it on the Kia K4. They're ways of saving money, they're just trying everything, but there is a spare tire. And that is something some of the competitors do not have. So all these little details are important, which is why you take it for a test drive. You put it into your garage, you find it into parking spots. And we also found the turning radius was pretty tight. And that's true with all the vehicles in this category because they're shorter wheelbase, they're easier to drive. Really great first car for a kid going to college. You just graduated, maybe you got your first job, whatever it might be. You want a nice, safe vehicle. Certainly take this one for a test drive. There are a ton of competitors in this category. The Chevy Trax, the Hyundai Kona, the Mazda CX-30, the Buick Envista, the Kia Niro Hybrid, Nissan Kicks, Honda HR-V, Subaru Crosstrek, and the Toyota Corolla Cross. Tons of competitors in this class. Now, the price is going to make the big difference, and of course, there are some pros and cons. When it comes to the price, the S starts at $24,995, the SE $27,895, SE Black, which is that blue cornflower car we showed you, $30,145. SEL, $36,695. If you want to add all-wheel drive, it's about $1,500, and you can have all-season driving, which is probably a good thing if you live in the upper half of the country. There are a few pros and cons when it comes to the Taos. First off, I love the new design. I love the upgrades, spacious interior, standard safety, new technology across the lineup is excellent. Large cargo space, one of the largest in the category. All positives for this car. On the negative side, well, as always, I wish there was more performance, but you can only have so much when you're in this price point. I always suggest you test drive all the competitors and of course check with your insurance agent before you make your final decision to kind of see what numbers work for you, because remember, all those costs do add up, including the cost of fuel, and you can make your final decision. We've driven all the competitors, so check that out. There's a link down below to all of the different reviews. Always check with your insurance agent before you make your final decision. All that's going to add up with the cost of the vehicle as well. We've driven all the competitors. You can check out links for that down below. If you have any additional questions about the Volkswagen Taos, put them down in the comments below. We'll be more than happy to answer them. If you'd like to support our channel, you can like and share this video, or you can support me by buying me a cup of coffee. All the links are down below. Thanks so much for your time. I'm LaurenFix. We'll see you next time.